What is going on, guys, and welcome to another video today. Now, I mean, admittedly only 2 on this channel, but I've uploaded so many friggin' videos on YouTube today. It has been simply incredible. You know what? I'm really starting to enjoy YouTube again, and that for me has not been, I haven't had that feeling for a good year. So it's very, very nice to have that back. And we're going to be talking about all things SmackDown as we preview the whole entire show. If you did miss my Raw review, it hasn't done great with views, but who cares? Never mind. It was probably never going to, was it? Let's be honest. Never mind. But yeah, if you did miss it, make sure you go check it out. But we're back with a preview. I missed the preview for SmackDown last week, but we're here for this week's preview, and I will be back for the review tomorrow. Hopefully earlier rather than later. I can watch SmackDown quicker because for obvious reasons, because it's less time. But we are going to get into the preview for SmackDown when I eventually can actually open the bloody document and where not the document, WWE.com, and actually find it. But last week on SmackDown was an average show for SmackDown, and that's the first average show we've had of SmackDown for a long, long time. So hopefully the blue band picks it up again. It was still better than Raw last week, and it'll no doubt still be better this week. But alright, so I finally found it. So it is SmackDown preview, January 17th, 2017. The headline: Alexa Bliss battles Becky Lynch in the first SmackDown's women's title steel cage match. I can confirm it's not the first ever steel cage match, but that women have competed in. With the help of KW Tribute, I managed to work that out last week, and dearie me. But anyway, so it is the first steel cage match this week for the women's title. It is certainly going to be an interesting match. I believe this feud needs a stipulation. Now, obviously, they're trying to convince us that what's her name? La Luchadora, or Dora, whatever her name is, ain't going to get involved. But what they don't seem to realise is the fact that at the top of the steel cage, there's a massive hole. And when you get to the top of the steel cage, you can get in, you can just jump in. There's a massive sort of way to get in. And you can climb the steel cage. So, yeah, they haven't really worked that one out. But, yeah, some big things on SmackDown. Of course, this steel cage match is probably the biggest. It should main event the show, which I believe will be the first time a women's match has main evented the show since the brand split on SmackDown, at least. Of course, on Raw, it has main evented. Who do I think will win? Alexa Bliss. La Luchadora will get involved, and she'll probably be revealed as well. And then, I mean, I could see La Luchadora turning on Alexa Bliss, revealing that it's Mickie James and them two fighting at the Royal Rumble, although I'd like that to kind of happen so that we can see it at the Rumble, at WrestleMania. So I would rather that wait. But it's certainly going to be an interesting match. Be interesting to see, yeah, what sort of match these women can produce. We know Becky Lynch is a fantastic in-ring competitor. A lot of people critical of Alexa Bliss when she was called up, but she has, without shadow of doubt, settled into her heel persona and a heel role perfectly on SmackDown, and has been a godsend, really. She's been fantastic. So it's certainly going to be interesting to see her in a massive match. You know, this has been hyped up, and how well she copes with the pressure. She's very young, still widely inexperienced on the main roster, so it's a big, big night for her. And can she keep hold of that women's title? Look, it is a big test, and I could see Becky Lynch winning it back. But something tells me Alexa Bliss is going to win. And, yeah, the fact that they're actually trying to fog us off by saying it's to avoid any outside interference makes me think there's going to be some outside interference. Now, a bit of an ominous thing here. Shane O'Mac is kicking off SmackDown Live with a huge announcement, but we don't quite know what it is. All WWE's got on here, it says, although we are not sure what he has to say, the announcement will no doubt take SmackDown Live to the next level. Is it possible that the man in charge has something up his sleeves for the Royal Rumble? Which superstar or superstars will be the big news concern? I mean, there's not a lot there that you can really build off. Will take SmackDown Live to the next level. That makes me think that obviously it's something to do with SmackDown Live, which you'll probably think to yourself, well, that's obvious. It's being announced on SmackDown Live, but you know, it could be announced on SmackDown Live, and it could be something else. I'm hoping it's a 40-man Rumble. I don't expect it. I just want it to be a 40-man Rumble, but I don't think that's what it would be. It's really quite difficult. It could be, and this is a shot in the dark, but the UK, they're going to bring a UK division to SmackDown. I mean, I'm clutching at straws here. It could be that Shane O'Mac himself is going in the Royal Rumble. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what this is going to be. Knowing WWE, they have had a habit of saying that stuff is big news, and it turning out to not be big news. So yeah, let's hope that that isn't the case. Now, it could be something as again, I'm dreaming, but it could be that Kurt Angle is coming back to SmackDown Live. I mean, that's what it could be. I don't know, and interestingly enough, actually, and I don't know whether this is just a coincidence, and this is quite spooky, but on WWE.com on the preview, it's got Shane McMahon, and underneath it's got what Shane McMahon's incredible leap off Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania 33. Underneath that video, Kurt Angle, why do I keep calling him Kurt Angle? Kurt Angle uses Shane McMahon to destroy the King of the Ring set. King of the Ring 2001. Now, is that a coincidence, or is that a coincidence? If I just called that Kurt Angle is coming to SmackDown, and that is exactly what Shane McMahon announces, I'm a genius. Could be Shelton Benjamin. He could be ready to come back to SmackDown Live. Who knows? But it's a big announcement, and Shane McMahon's making it. We then have Will Ziggler keep his cool as King's Court returns, hosted by Jerry the King Lawler. Wow. So yeah, that's interesting. Obviously, we've seen. Oh shit, I had something in my eye there. Sorry. We've seen Ziggler and a different side to him the past couple of weeks, and he's been beaten a few times, and he's really lost his cool, and he's developing into a perfectly beautiful heel. He's developing into one. I didn't really make that sense particularly clear. But Jerry the King Lawler is back, and he is hosting King's Court, with his special guest being Dolph Ziggler. Super kick to Jerry the King Lawler. I'm calling it right now, and I feel like I'm calling stuff right tonight. So I'm gonna be confident that I've called that right as well. So tonight could be a good SmackDown. Alexa Bliss is going to regain her title. Mickie James is going to be the Luchador. Kurt Angle is going to be announced as a SmackDown competitor, and Ziggler's going to super kick Jerry the King Lawler's head off. So at the moment, SmackDown's looking pretty groundbreaking, as to be said. Next on WWE.com, we have internal turmoil threatens the future of the Wyatt family. Now, on my dream card, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. My WrestleMania 33 dream card. I had these three squaring off in a triple threat. I don't know, though. I'd like to see... I'll tell you what I'd like to see. I'd like to see Luke Harper turn on Bray Wyatt, actually. That, I think, would be interesting. Because I think what everyone's predicting is that Randy's going to turn on Bray. But I just don't think it's going to happen. I think, and I personally don't want it to happen. I quite like the Wyatt family as they are. I think it creates an interesting dynamic. I don't think too much will come off it tonight. We'll see little hints, but I think this will implode or explode, however you want to describe it, at the Royal Rumble in the middle of the match, when more than likely Randy will eliminate Luke Harper, or the other way round, or one of them will eliminate Bray Wyatt, or something along those lines is going to happen, and then shit will hit the fan on the SmackDown after. Then we have, can The Miz rejoin the A-list? So no confirmation, just had to read that. No confirmation as to whether the rematch is tonight. Apparently, I would guess not. They'd announced it by now, so we expect that to be at the Royal Rumble, and then both to do double duty as they're both in the Royal Rumble match. Be interested to see what Maurice and Miz have in store for Ambrose Knight. I think this is one of the most captivating and exciting feuds at the moment. And Miz continues his unbelievable run of making absolutely everything he's in relevant and important, bar his movies. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Mrs. Decent. To be honest with you, I can't think of the movie that I've actually watched which he is in. But there you go. I just want to quickly check on SkySports.com and see exactly what they're previewing for the show. They are previewing the same as WWE.com, just without most of the other fucking things. So that's always good. But no, I thought, obviously Miz is going to have his rematch. The question is, will it be this week? Will it be next week? Or will it be at the Rumble? I expect it to be at the Rumble. I expect it to be. Well, I would guess it would have a stipulation, but then again, I'm not so sure. But yeah, it certainly will be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, I believe last week we had the Ambrose Asylum. I believe that was last week, although I could be incredibly wrong. So I'm just going to check that out because I don't want to embarrass myself. I'm pretty sure it was the Ambrose Asylum, and then Maurice ended up hitting Miz, which was kind of funny. I mean, I love it. I think the work Miz is doing is the best work of his career, 110%. So, yeah, I think he's doing a great job. Yeah, of course it was last week. The Ambrose Asylum was last week. But yeah, I think the Miz is doing the best work he has, and I think I said it a couple of months ago actually. I think Miz will be in the main event picture by the end of the year. I really do, and he'll certainly main event a pay-per-view from now until the end of 2017. He's on too much of a good run. And he's doing too well not to. He is probably arguably, well, no, there's no debate. He's the best heel in the company right now. And it's annoying that AJ Styles is a heel. Otherwise, AJ Styles and the Miz could put on something very, very special. But I do expect to see the Miz in the main event by the end of the year. Miz John Cena again. I mean, it could happen. It could be one of Cena's first competitors if he does in fact win when he eventually wins. Let's not say if he wins, because he obviously is. When he wins his 16th title, I would have thought he'll go on a lengthy, lovely run with it. And I would have thought after he's dealt with AJ Styles, possibly The Undertaker, somebody like The Miz, somebody like Baron Corbin will be getting their chance. Because if we're honest here, there's not a lot of faces on SmackDown, not top faces at least. You've got Ambrose, Cena, and who else? Ambrose, Cena. That is literally it. I must be missing someone. I seriously must be missing some face on SmackDown. I mean, Orton's now a heel. Let's just go and just have a quick look at the roster and just check, because at the moment it literally is that, and it's literally them as the what do we call it? I'm gonna sit hard. Everything's so slow. Alright, let me just type it into Google. That's probably going to be quicker. Oh god, this has been a stop-started preview. I do apologise about that. But yeah, I just want to check what faces we've got on SmackDown. And no, I'm not counting Apollo Crews as a credible face, because he's booked like shit. I don't want to go on. I don't want to spoil the Shane McMahon announcement. Not that it would have been confirmed, but you just never ever know with these bloody websites. Sometimes they get it completely wrong. Other times they get it right, and it really does piss me off when they get it right. And I found out. I can remember with Undertaker at Battleground, I spoiled it. I went, and Sean's View Entertainment of all people, and he always bullshits, and nothing he ever says comes true. But he said the Undertaker was going to return. Guess what? He did. And although it was still a great moment, I was a little jarred off, I'm not going to lie, because he'd spoilt the bloody thing. Although he does say, spoiler alert, at the start of the video, after he's titled the video, Undertaker to return at Battleground. So that's helpful, Sean. I don't watch I don't know if he's still going. He probably is still begging for money. That's lovely for him. But anyway, right, so who have we actually got? AJ Styles, Wyatt's a heel, Ambrose is a face, Cena's a face, Kane's a face, but not main event. Shelton Benjamin, obviously not. That is literally, there's only 2 top faces on the bloody whole entire show. Especially now they've gone and turned Ziggler heel and Randy Orton heel. Wyatt needs to become a face. He could genuinely be the top face on SmackDown. That is ever so slightly worrying, though. for AJ Styles' title reign, because it would hint at it coming to an end, because he's gone through Ambrose and he's gonna go through Cena. Therefore, there's no one left for him to face. Oh god, I know, I've just forgotten the main face of the whole entire show, that being James Ellsworth. Again, no sarcasm. What I'd love to see, which would be completely and utterly random and arguably make no sense whatsoever, but I'd love to see Jason Jordan just challenge AJ Styles, or Chad Gable for that matter, challenge AJ Styles to a WWE title match, and we just get one of the best matches we're probably likely ever to see. But it's not going to happen, because it's just outright bizarre. Moving on to the next part. What will the result for Carmella taking Ellsworth on a shopping spree? Wow, SmackDown are scraping the barrel, aren't they, for that last preview? But yeah, it looks as if they're seriously still going on about fucking Carmella and Ellsworth. Ellsworth really needs to piss off, because he's really starting to frustrate me and annoy me. So, yeah, what I'm expecting is Carmella to turn on him. When do I expect it to happen? I'm hoping sooner rather than later, although I can see them dragging it out for quite a long time. Note on a rumour about Beth Phoenix joining the Hall of Fame. Sorry that I didn't say spoiler before that, but it's just a rumour, so it could be true, it could not. And we have heard that UK promotion Insane Championship Wrestling, ICW, is heading to the WWE Network. So that is very, very interesting and great news for UK wrestling, and of course for WWE Network users as well, because I can tell you it's a very, very good promotion, and if you ever get a chance and time to watch it in a world where time is of the essence, then that would be a fantastic thing. But that's pretty much it for the SmackDown Live preview. Quite concise, not too much to preview. God knows what to expect. No mention, funnily enough, of Styles or Cena, which is slightly odd. I mean, does that mean they're not going to be on the show? I would be shocked if AJ Styles wasn't on the show. I wouldn't necessarily be shocked if Cena weren't on the show. So we could get a couple of video packages, and because usually, you know, WWE, they would no doubt hype Cena if he was going to be on the show, and the fact they've instead gone with Carmella taking Ellsworth on a shopping spree, which is something I just can't believe I'm reading. Yeah, that just suggests to me that Cena's not on the show, but I'll have to wait and see. A lot beckons. It's January the 17th, and it's nearly time for SmackDown Live. What is that huge announcement going to be? The truth is, nobody knows apart from Shayna Mac. But we'll know in a few short hours. I might actually just stay up for the announcement and then just go to bed, because the breaks. I can't deal with the breaks.